Hello everyone, welcome to another Pokemon the series, the beginning episode talks, and I didn't want to open you, Joy to Key. I do not need you right now. Anyway, accidentally opened up a program. Anyway, here we go, the Bulbasaur episode. I was actually kind of excited to get into this one because I remember this one being good, and it still is. I like this episode. So, Ash is hungry on the road once again, as he always is. However, don't worry about that because we made it to Trovitopolis. Who names these places? Anyway, Team Rocket also wants Pikachu, and they have a plan of bombing the ground. Problem is, the whole ground breaks for both Team Rocket and the squad, so they both separately fall down the hole. So now we need to find a way out, and we make it to the sewers of Trovitopolis, or however you pronounce that. To the city. We made it to the sewers of the city. However, then a strange vine appears, and sadly enough, the strange vine takes Bulbasaur because Pikachu cannot really do much with electricity because there's too much water, like in Hoenn. So we gotta send in Bulbasaur, but sadly enough, he gets kidnapped. And right at that moment, Ash wants to jump in, but Tracy and Misty stop him from jumping in. And then Officer Jenny opens up the sewers and helps the gang out of the sewers. However, Misty and Tracy tie Ash so that he will not go after Bulbasaur. Problem is, afterwards, we get thrown into jail, and the mayor does not want the kids released until the next election is done, which is like next week or something like that. Yeah, we got one of those corrupt mayors, sadly enough. However, Jenny has to release them kids because of the fact that they did nothing illegal. Like, they didn't know they weren't supposed to go there because they're not from this place. They're just here for the gym battle and all that stuff. So then the mayor wants the vines to be kept a secret because of the next election. And he has apparently a plan, which we learned from Nurse Joy, of sending in a hit squad after the creature. So then later on, we talk to Oak, and Oak thinks that maybe, you know, it's a new species of Pokemon or a strange mutation. And I was like, Ninja Turtles! So then we go through the city, and we see that apparently the mayor has a trademark symbol. This is gonna be more important later on. But now it is time to help the creature, but we can't really go into the sewers in the obvious way because the hit squad's about to go inside. So Nurse Joy helps us find a secret way in. So we go inside. Also, Team Rocket encounters the vines and run away, and afterwards they hear something else, and then they use Weezing's smokescreen in order to escape, and it turns out that it was the gang. It was the squad boys. Yes, not the hit squad, actually, the gang, Ash, Misty, and Tracy. But then they run away. So then Togepi gets lost because of the smokescreen, but we find Togepi very quickly. However, the vine then appears, wants to take Togepi, but Misty is holding on too tight because now you're allowed to go after your Pokemon, unlike Ash with his Bulbasaur. Anyway, Misty and Togepi get dragged into the water, so bye-bye. So then Ash has a secret plan. He sends out his Muck Boys. Oh my god, this is the only time outside of a league conference where Ash has added Muck to his theme. Like forever, I mean. This is the only time that it happens, but it's Muck, yes. I love Muck. Ash's Muck, to be specific. I wouldn't really use a Muck on... Well, I mean, kind of. I would use actually an Alolan Muck on my team, but I wouldn't really use like a regular Muck, but like Alolan Muck has the bonus of being part Dark type. That is kind of my weakness, so I kind of have to use that thing, but still, anyway. Muck helps us get to the location where we need to go, but now we have to swim, so we swim. We go under there, and we swim up, and then the vine happens. Meanwhile, Team Rocket tries to be scary towards the monster, but it turns out it's the hit squad. So apparently there are more monsters down there, which is gonna be helpful later on. Anyway, we learned that the mystery creature was actually a big Bulbasaur, and also the mayor wants the sewer sealed shut because of how many monsters are down there. However, the big Bulbasaur has a collar on, and on the collar is the mayor's logo, so this thing belongs to the mayor. So let's see if we can get more stuff about that. But anyway, the sewers are sealed shut, which that's the stupidest thing you can do. Oh my god, how dumb are you? Like, the sewers are there so that the water can leave. If you put that shut, where's the water gonna go? Into the city, obviously. So there's water problems. We get the surfing Pikachu. Don't think I didn't see that one. And then we get the reveal that the big Bulbasaur belonged to the mayor, and apparently the mayor back in the day got rid of it because it didn't want to evolve, and he's still being a prick about it because he wants his hit squad to attack the Bulbasaur so that Ash's Bulbasaur and Pikachu fight against the hit squad and take them out, and then the mayor's never gonna get elected ever again, probably be thrown in jail. And then to end the episode, Nurse Joy takes the big Bulbasaur under her care, and also Trovita Island is right across, so you could take the ferry, and you know what comes next, boys, because we're finally here. Yes! Anyway, I still like this episode. I actually like this episode a lot. Now, there are some parallels that potentially could be drawn to the real world. But anyway, I still very much enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a really fun episode. You know, I like Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is actually my starter of choice because he's the best starter of Kanto. There's no doubt about that one. There's no better starter for Kanto than there is Bulbasaur. Obviously, because, you know, Brock or Misty and Lieutenant Surge all in a row. Bulbasaur has no problems with any of them. He's strong against 2 of them and resists the 3rd. So yeah, he doesn't really run into a problem until like Sabrina and Blaine. Those are really the only 2 gyms that Bulbasaur has an actual problem with and is weak to. That's what I mean with a problem. Like, he's actually weak to those 2. But outside of that, he's pretty good for the whole region. And even then, you can kind of put Bulbasaur in the back of the party while you train up the rest of the team. Because you got that little water route that is between, like, Fuchsia and Pallet Town with Cinnabar in the middle. That kind of stuff where you can train up your grass-type Pokemon if you want to. But anyway, still, best starter, big fan. And also, I thought it was kind of funny that the mayor was in the bath and then he has, like, a towel on, but Bulbasaur lifts him up in the air. So, the people just got to see everything, and that might have scarred the people for life. But overall, like I said, very big fan of the episode. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Also, by the way, I was reminded of the Fantastic Four movie, the one that we got back in 2005, by the way, with Victor Von Doom's big statue. Just a little thing that I thought I'd mention as well. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if not already, turn notifications. Don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next time for that gym battle. Bye!